Let's go and meet with the Earl. I should have gone wire here. Let's go and talk to the Earl. Hello, TTM, how are you? Sorry, I was not paying attention to chat for a little bit. All right. Okay, I'm going to switch though. Now health regeneration in combat. I'm good. I'm good. Not playing as much as I would like, but what can you do? Okay. When will you clean up those bodies? Or do you leave them to scare the peasants that come here?
I understand you've acquired all the allies you could. That's good. We can call the Landsmeet if you are ready. I would prefer not giving Loghain time to consider, but it is up to you. I do not wish to go to Denerim unless you are with me.
Let's go to Denerim!
Excellent. I shall make the arrangements. Let us be off to Denerim, and may the Maker watch over us.
Give me a moment and I'll show you TTM.
Denerim is the heart and soul of Ferelden. It was the city of King Calenhad, the birthplace of Andraste. As stubborn as a Mabari, and as good to have on your side. If we defeat Loghain here, the rest of the nation will follow us. By calling the Landsmeet, I've struck the first blow. The advantage, for the moment, is ours. He will have little choice but to show himself, to oppose us directly. He will strike back at us. The only question that remains is how soon. Loghain, this is an honor that the Regent would find time to greet me personally.
How could I not welcome a man so important as to call every lord in Ferelden away from his estates, while a blight claws at our land?
The blight is why I'm here. With Cailan dead, Ferelden must have a king to lead it against the Darkspawn.
Ferelden has a strong leader. Its queen. And I lead her armies.
Let's go with the third one. The throne belongs to Marek's only living son.
Ah, the Grey Warden recruit. I thought we might meet again. You have my sympathies on what happened to your order. It is unfortunate that they chose to turn against Ferelden.
Let's go with the second. I don't accept the sympathies of deserters and regicides.
You should curb your tongue. This is my city, and no safe place to speak treason. For anyone. There is talk that your illness left you feeble, Eamon. Some worry that you may no longer be fit to advise Ferelden.
Illness? Why not call your poison by its true name? Not everyone at the Landsmeet will cast aside their loyalties as easily as you and these sycophants.
How long you've been gone from court, Eamon? Don't you recognize Rendon Howe, Arl of Amaranthine and Terran of Highever?
And current Arl of Denerim, since Urien's unfortunate fate at Ostagar. The Regent has been generous to those who prove loyal.
Bootlicking appears to be profitable these days.
Don't interrupt, Churl. Your betters are talking.
Enough, Carthrian. This is not the time or place. I had hoped to talk you down from this rash course, Eamon. Our people are frightened. Our king is dead. Our land is under siege. We must be united now if we are to endure this crisis. Your own sister, Queen Rowan, fought tirelessly to see Ferelden restored. Would you see her work destroyed? You divide our nation and weaken our efforts against the Blight, with your selfish ambitions to the throne.
You are the one who divided Ferelden.
I was not talking to you.
I cannot forgive what you've done, Loghain. Perhaps the Maker can, but not I. Our people deserve a king of the Theron bloodline. Alistair will be the one to lead us to victory in this blight.
Oh, is that all I have to do? No pressure.
The Emperor of Orlais also thought I could not bring him down. Expect no more mercy than I showed him. There is nothing I would not do for my homeland.
Well, that was bracing. I didn't expect Loghain to show himself quite so soon.
What do we do now?
Calling the Landsmeet is only the start. Now we must ensure that every noble there sees Loghain's duplicity. We have no small task ahead of us. We need eyes and ears in the city. Loghain has been here for months. The roots of all his schemes must begin here. The sooner we find them, the better we can turn them to our advantage. Go have a look around, and see what you can turn up. Better yet, find the nobles who have arrived for the Landsmeet. Test the waters. See how many will support us. When you're ready to talk strategy, come upstairs to my sitting room. We can lay out our plans for the Landsmeet then.
Okay, Titian, but before you go, let me show you how much time. 90 hours. That's 90 hours. Okay. However, Castle Highever has stood since the Divine Age, when it was not an independent banner, but merely an outpost of the growing banner of Amaranthine. In the days before Amaranthine became an Arling itself, the outpost of Highever was originally held by the Elstan family, cousins of the house. In the Age of Towers, however, Ban Conowar Elstan was murdered by his wife Flemeth. Okay, thus ending the bloodline. Conowar's captain of the god Sarim Coastland took the lands and title. The Coastlands declared their independence from Amaranthine, starting a war that lasted 30 years. When the dust settled, Higher was on its own and in possession of half the land that had once been southwestern Amaranthine. Higher became a Terranir during the Black Age, when Alessia Coastland gathered the lords together under her banner to drive the werewolves of their lands, earning herself the title of Terna almost as an afterthought. Today, Higher is one of only two remaining Terranirs, making the Coastland family second only in rank to the king. Arlhau of Amaranthine was named the new Terran of Higher under somewhat questionable circumstances, and the fate of the Coastland family is now uncertain. From Ferelden folklore and history, well, that must be a recent addendum. Sten!
This is not as defensible as I would like, but it will do. What is your wish, Kadan?
Okay. I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here.
Okay.
Our farmers wish to be merchants. Very well.
I wanted to ask you something you mentioned.
Speak then.
Alright.
Then I suggest we move on.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Where, I don't know. Guard Ogren, of course.
Not barley sugar, they're for the oral. Dinner's not ready yet, and don't ask. It'll be served when it's done, and that's that. Now, shoo, out of my kitchen. Dinner's not ready yet, and don't ask. It'll be served
Can't talk
when
now,
it's done,
sir.
and that's that.
Mistress
Now,
Agatha would
shoo,
have my
out of
hide.
kitchen.
Maybe if I drop a couple of good plates, they won't make me dry them anymore.
Ooh.
Someone keep those cats out of my...
No! Shit.
Indeed.
Yes.
Where am I going? The market district.
The Jarl used to come here in the winter when I was small. I slept with the hounds.
They say if you toss a coin over your shoulder into that fountain, you'll come back to Denerim. Provided the Owl's Chamberlain doesn't have you thrown in the dungeon, of course.
Okay. Let's go back inside and finish talking to everyone. Fucking fairy tales of the elves. We were immortal, we were beautiful. We shitted roses. Love letter, nice. Okay, I think this is it. Donegan! Oh, the pain of death! You are now warned. My father found the letters you previously sent, and is watching as I write to tell you our relations are over. We must remain chaste. He's watching right now.
So many visitors, so many chamber pots to clean. If they keep tracking mud up here, it's going to take a month to get it all out.
You know, I could get to like this. The last time I came to Denerim, I stayed at an inn so filthy the bedbugs had fleas. Here I am.
Can you teach others to be an assassin?
I'm still thinking about it. I don't yet want the crows to actively hunt me, you see. Maybe later.
Okay.
You know, I could get to like this. Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Okay.
You know, I could... Here I am.
I want to ask you something first.
Again? I'm game.
Okay.
I hope all the accommodations are to your liking, Warden. Please let me know if anything is troubling you. I hope all the accommodations are to your liking, Warden. Please let me know if anything is troubling you.
The free marshes are not a kingdom, nor even a nation in the most basic sense. People from the region dislike even being lumped together as marchers. Rather, they are a collection of independent city-states united only when it suits them. In this respect, they resemble the Vanor before the arrival of King Canenhat. Because of this, the Free Marchers have no capital, and what passes for a central government exists only sporadically, a sort of landsmith that convenes only during times of crisis. I arrived in time for the grand tourney while I was in Tantervale. A remarkable sight indeed. I saw our hillsmen test their mettle against Orlesian chevaliers, riders from the Anderfells buying Navarran cavalry horses, Antian craftsmen selling their wares to the intermages. All Thedas was on display. In pursuit of knowledge, the trials of Chantry scholar gingivitis. And of course, he didn't see prostitutes. History of Ferelden, Chapter 2. The Orlesian Occupation. Was a dark blot on Ferelden's history. Our people, who from time immemorial valued their freedom over all else, were forced to bow to Orlesian rule. The Empire declared our elves property and sold them like cattle. Chevaliers routinely plundered freeholds of coin, food, and even women and children, and excused it as taxation. And for 70 years no landsmiths were held, for the imperial throne had declared our ancient laws a form of treason. King Brandel was one of those who escaped. He tried to organize the fugitive lords to retake their land, but Brandel was neither clear nor persuasive, and the nobles preferred to take their chances alone. Ferelden might still be little more than a territory of the Empire, were it not for the fact that his daughter had all the charisma that her royal father lacked. The rebel queen's rule began with a midnight attack on the imperial armory of Lothering. It was swift and successful. With their pilfered arms, the rebels began a campaign against the Orlesians in earnest. But the turning point of the war came when a young freeholder joined the Queen's army. The lad, Logain MacTeer, possessed a remarkable talent for strategy and quickly became the favorite advisor of young Prince Marek. The Queen finally died at the hands of Orlesian sympathizers anxious to curry favor with their painted masters. And Marek took her place as the leader of the rebellion. Logain became Marek's right hand. Marek and Logain led the rebels in a new campaign against the Orlesian oppressors, culminating in the Battle of River Dane, where the last chevaliers in Denerim were crushed. With the capital once more in the hands of Fereldans, the battle to free our home was finally over, but the battle to rebuild what had been lost had only just begun. From Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Petrine.
This is a nice change from having to sleep in the woods, isn't it? Something I can help with?
What do you know of this place?
Denerim is Ferelden's most important city, yes? This is the seat of power, the jewel in the crown of the king. She is Ferelden's heart. Her walls are strong, but within them lies so much beauty, just like the country and the people.
Let's talk out something else.
Something I can help with?
I would like to talk about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Never mind. Didn't
This
she
is a
say...
nice change from having to sleep in the woods, isn't it? Something I can help with?
Never mind. Well, if this didn't trigger that conversation, must mean... Yeah, did I talk to Ogren? I don't think so. Let's try anyway. What is this guy doing?
I got a moment, sure.
I would like to know more about you.
What about?
Never mind.
All right. All right then.
Yeah, I think... Win! Or did I miss her?
This is a nice estate, isn't it? What's on your mind?
Nothing.
It is no trouble.
The Redcliffe servants are intolerable. I don't care if their household is 10 times the size of ours. They're visitors here. They should show some manners.
Okay.
Everything in here appears to be breakable. It seems most impractical.
Not about the walls, which are made of fucking stone. I have questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
So, you're female. I had no idea.
I did not think it needed to be said. It has never told me what gender it is, has it?
I am not made of rock.
And if it was, perhaps its gender would have been more obvious. The truth is that whatever gender I was is irrelevant now. I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue.
No, not at all.
Good. Let us leave it at that. Now, let us crush something soft and watch it fountain blood. That is a girlish thing to want to do, yes?
Excuse me, I have to dust the Earl's sitting room.
What do you do here?
I'm a chambermaid, sir. I empty chamber pots and change linens. Now and then I dust, just for variety's sake, you understand? I beg your pardon, sir, but I really can't be seen standing about. The housekeeper will have my head. Good day.
I hope that's literal. Fucking elves. The Vannorn. The central Ferelden Valley has always been a paradox. No single ban holds more than a few dozen leagues of farmland, yet together they govern a greater territory than all the Terrans and Arls combined. This collection of independent bans is known as the Vannorn, and it is at the heart of Ferelden politics. No person has ever sat upon the throne of Ferelden without first winning the approval of the Vannorn. Queen Fionn, who had the misfortune to take the throne in the 18th year of the Steel Age, wrote of the Vannorn. There have been 3 wars this year fought over elopements. Okay. 5/4 of our wool, one started with by an apple tree. It is not even winter yet. Who would believe that these same bands who had tried so hard to kill one another just last year united to give me a crown? Okay. Parble land occupied north. In the 30th year of the Steel Age, the first Qunari ships were sighted off the coast of Parbolen in the far north, making the beginning of a new age of warfare. History calls this the first Qunari War, but it was mostly a one-sided bloodbath. With the Qunari advancing far into the mainland, Qunari warriors in glittering steel armor cut through armies with ease. Their cannons, the likes of which our ancestors had not seen, reduced city walls to rubble in a matter of seconds. Stories of Qunari occupation vary greatly. It is said they dismantled families and sent captives to learning camps for indoctrination into their religion. Those who refused to cooperate disappeared to mines or construction camps. For every tale of suffering, however, there is another of enlightenment, deriving from something called the Qun. This is either a philosophical code or a written text that governs all aspects of Qunari life, perhaps both. One converted Seheran reported pity for those who refused to embrace the Qun, as if the conquerors had led him to a sort of self-discovery. For all my life I followed the makers, wherever his path led me, he wrote, but in the Qun I found the means to draw my own path. It has been said that the most complete way to wipe out a people is not with blades but with books. Thankfully, a world that repelled foreign blights would not easily bow to foreign aggressors, and so the exalted marches began. The greatest advantage of the Chantry-led forces was the circle of Magi. For all their technology, the Qunari appeared to harbor great hatred for magic. Faced with cannons, the Chantry responded with lightning and bolts of fire. The Qunari armies lacked the sheer numbers of humanity. So many were slain at Marma's spell on both sides that the veil is said to be permanently sundered, the ruins still plagued by restless corpses. But each year the Chantry pushed further and further into the Qunari lines. Although local converts to the Qun proved difficult to return to Andraste's teachings. By the end of the Storm Age, the Qunari were truly pushed back. Rivain was the only human land that retained the Qunari religion after being freed, and its rulers attempted to order a peace. Most human lands signed the Romerin Accord, excepting the Winter Imperium. It is a shaky peace that has lasted to this day. From the Exalted Marches and Examination of Chantry Warfare by Sister Petrine. The only other Chantry scholar.
If one more servant asks if I would like a change of clothes, I will set the house on fire.
I would like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Okay. Arld Demon. Money.
Ah, Warden. I trust you've made yourself comfortable.
Who's that?
This is Elena. She's...
I am Queen Enora's handmaiden. She sent me here to ask for your help.
Or perhaps the young lady prefers to speak for herself.
Speak fast or you will be returned to Logain in pieces.
I am here for Logain's daughter, not for Logain. Their interests are not so similar as they once were. The Queen, she is in a difficult position. She loved her husband, no? And trusted her father to protect him. When he returns with no king and only dark rumors, what is she to think? She worries, no? But when she tries to speak with him, he does not answer. He tells her not to trouble herself.
Yeah, right. She loved him. She loved the ground that was in his head. I'm still not seeing where our help comes in.
So she goes to how? A visit from the Queen to the new Isle of Denerim is only a matter of courtesy, and she demands answers.
What did he say?
Things no decent person would repeat. He calls her every sort of name, traitor being the kindest, and locks her in a guest room.
Not likely. Logain would allow that?
King Kalen was like a son to him, and Logain left him to die. Does he love Enora more? Who can say? I think her life is in danger. I heard Hal say she would be a greater ally dead than alive, especially if her death could be blamed on Al Eamon.
Give me one good reason to leave this crisis story.
Because you do not want Logain ruling Ferelden, and if Enora can speak at the Landsmeet, her voice would sway many nobles.
We may have no choice but to trust Enora. The Queen is well loved. If Logain succeeded in pinning her death on me, I'm not sure that's a risk we can afford to take.
Why should we trust her? This could be all a setup.
I fear if this is a trap, we are already caught in it. They can kill Enora whether or not we act, and blame her death on us. Few would believe our word over Logain's. We can only defend ourselves with the Queen in hand.
So, what do you propose?
I have some uniforms. I'll hire so many new guards every day. A few more will not cause much stir. I will show you to the servants' entrance. We must slip in and out with my queen before anyone is the wiser. I will go ahead to House Estate. Meet me there as soon as you can.
What? Rescue the queen. Okay. Go to estate.
I'm glad you decided to help. With Enora's knowledge, we have a far better chance against Logain.
Do you truly think Logain's daughter would drown him?
From Elena's story, he turned against her first. If he truly intends to sacrifice her, I think it will be strong motivation to break the parental bonds. In any event, I would far rather have the opportunity to ask such things of her than simply hear about her murder. If Honora speaks out against Loghain, hers would indeed be one of the most powerful voices at the Landsmeet.
But if I break in, can't they frame me for her murder?
No more easily than without you there. There will be none to see it, save those who are already loyal to Loghain. And given your reputation, Warden, I think Loghain knows it's safer to carry out his plots far from where you can disrupt them.
What do you know of the Queen?
She and Kaelin were promised as children and practically raised together. She was a smart child, knew how to listen, and how to blink those big blue eyes and get anything she wanted. Her mother's looks, her father's brains, and the best tutoring Merrick's money could buy. It's a potent combination.
Okay. I don't trust this Arlena. She knows too much.
She's obviously more than a maidservant. But I imagine it's useful for Honora to have a trusted attendant who can move more freely than she herself. And consider what aid she and the Queen might be to us. If Honora has truly turned against her father, she becomes the one thing we lack. Someone with a true understanding of Loghain's plans and allies. With her guidance, we can form a far more successful strategy against him.
Okay.
As you like. My palace is your palace.
Palace? Good old Alistair here. Meditation and ode to bees. Oh, fair damsel of the garden, Heartless of the honeysuckle rose, I humbly beg your gracious pardon for the offense that here arose. Surely your work is far too idle to be interrupted by one like me. I am no way entitled to earn the notice of a honeybee. I was a fool to block that flower for my lady fair. On my honor, I swear to bring you dozens more within the hour, if you give me leave to try. Listen, traveler, if you walk the garden, but some spring, mind that you don't trespass, for the gardeners do sting. Okay.
I haven't been here in a while. They've changed the dining room. What do you need?
What do you need? Ask away.
Ask away.
Can you teach us to be Templars?
I already said I wouldn't. The answer is still no.
Ooh. Testy bastard.
As you say.
Mole, that's what it's called, a mole. I don't even remember what I said was called. Okay, let's go on to the Alley of Murders. And just because it is a sort of DLC, well, let's select new party. Why not? 9. Generate. No, I just got a party, and I...
Yes.
Yeah, let's...
Spraska.
Let's not bring the dog. Let's bring her instead.
Indeed.
Yes.
Just for these ones.